Imagine yourself standing in the heart of France. Rolling hills stretch out before you, vineyards bask in the warm sun, and charming villages dot the landscape. This is the Chaîne des Puys, Limagne Fault, a place where the Earth's raw energy has shaped the land into a dramatic spectacle. Our journey takes us to the Auvergne region, a land once ruled by volcanoes. Here, a chain of volcanic peaks, the Chaîne des Puys, rises abruptly from the plains, a stark reminder of the Earth's fiery past. The Chaîne des Puys is inextricably linked to the Limagne Fault, a deep fracture in the Earth's crust that runs for miles. The Chaîne des Puys, Limagne Fault, is not merely a geological wonder. It's a UNESCO World Heritage Site, recognized for its outstanding universal value. This designation speaks to the area's importance, not just for France, but for all humanity. Imagine standing on the summit of Puy de Dôme, the highest peak in the Chaîne des Puys. The air is crisp and clear, and the panoramic views are breathtaking. You can see the entire chain of volcanoes spread out before you, their slopes covered in verdant forests. To the east, the Limagne Plain stretches out like a rumpled green carpet, a stark contrast to the dramatic peaks that rise to the west. The site provides a rare and accessible example of continental rifting, a process that is slowly pulling continents apart. The Chaîne des Puys, this string of volcanic pearls draped across the French countryside, wasn't always a picture of serene beauty. Imagine, if you will, a time long ago when the earth beneath this region was restless, its fiery heart yearning for release. Deep within the earth's crust, molten rock, known as magma, churned and bubbled, driven by forces we are only beginning to understand. This magma, heated to incredible temperatures, sought a way out, a crack or fissure in the earth's skin. It found its release valve in the form of the Limagne Fault, a deep fracture that had weakened the Earth's crust. Over thousands of years, these eruptions continued, each one adding to the growing chain of volcanoes. Lava, molten rock flowing like liquid fire, poured from the Earth's depths, scorching the land and leaving behind a legacy of volcanic rock. Sometimes, the molten rock would cool and solidify before reaching the surface, forming plugs of hardened lava that would later be exposed by erosion. The story of the Chaîne des Puys is not a single event, but a saga spanning millions of years. Geologists, those detectives of deep time, have pieced together this history using the rocks themselves as clues. The volcanic activity that formed the Chaîne des Puys didn't happen all at once. It occurred in fits and starts, with periods of intense activity followed by long stretches of quiet. The oldest volcanoes in the chain, those furthest to the north, erupted around 100,000 years ago. Then, around 40,000 years ago, the Earth roared back to life, this time further south. The most recent eruptions in the Chaîne des Puys occurred around 6,000 years ago. Today, the volcanoes of the Chaîne des Puys stand silent, their fiery breath stilled. The landscape, once a scene of intense volcanic activity, is now a peaceful haven of rolling hills and verdant forests. But beneath this tranquil facade, the Earth's fiery heart still beats. Geologists classify the volcanoes of the Chaîne des Puys as dormant, meaning they are not currently erupting, but have the potential to do so again in the future. The perfect cones of the volcanoes, the solidified lava flows that snake across the landscape, the very rocks beneath our feet, all speak to a time when fire ruled this land. While the volcanoes of the Chaîne des Puys may be sleeping, their story is far from over. The Chaîne des Puys isn't just any collection of volcanoes. It's a veritable symphony of shapes, each peak a testament to the Earth's creative power. Imagine gazing upon this volcanic landscape. Perfect cones rise from the Earth, their slopes etched with the paths of ancient lava flows. At the heart of each volcano lies its crater, a bowl-shaped depression marking the former vent from which molten rock once spewed. Some craters are wide and shallow, while others plunge deep into the heart of the volcano, their depths shrouded in shadow. These craters, silent witnesses to the Earth's fiery past, now often cradle serene lakes, their still waters reflecting the sky above. Rising among them are lava domes, bulbous mounds of solidified lava that never quite found the energy to erupt fully. These domes, often found within or alongside the cones, add another layer of intrigue to this volcanic landscape. Among this symphony of volcanic forms, one peak stands out: Puys de Dôme, the undisputed king of the Chaîne. Imagine standing at its base, your gaze drawn upward by its sheer scale and majesty. It's a near-perfect cone, rising 1,465 meters above sea level. Its summit often shrouded in clouds, as if touching the heavens. Puys de Dôme isn't just a visual spectacle. It's a symbol of human endeavor and scientific curiosity. Today, Puys de Dôme is a popular destination for hikers and nature lovers, drawn by its panoramic views and the sense of history that permeates its slopes. From the top, on a clear day, one can see for miles the other peaks of the Chaîne des Puys spread out like miniature models, a testament to the awesome power that created them. While the conical peaks of the Chaîne des Puys are its most striking feature, this volcanic landscape is far from uniform. Imagine exploring its diverse terrain, each turn revealing new and fascinating geological formations. Some volcanoes, rather than forming symmetrical cones, erupted explosively, blasting out vast quantities of ash and rock fragments. These eruptions left behind maars, craters often filled with water, their placid surfaces belying their violent origins. Other volcanoes, known as stratovolcanoes, are built up from alternating layers of lava and ash, creating complex internal structures. The Chaîne des Puys is also home to a variety of volcanic landforms created by the interaction of molten rock with water. Our journey through the fiery history of the Chaîne des Puys wouldn't be complete without understanding the silent partner in this geological dance, the Limagne Fault. Imagine the Earth's crust not as a solid, unyielding shell, but as a giant jigsaw puzzle, its pieces constantly shifting and grinding against each other. The Limagne Fault is one such boundary between these pieces, a deep fracture that cuts through the Earth's crust, a weakness in its armor. Unlike the dramatic, upthrust peaks of the Chaîne des Puys, the Limagne Fault reveals itself more subtly. It's a line of weakness, a place where the Earth's crust has been stretched and pulled apart over millions of years. Standing on the edge of the Limagne Plain, you might not realize you're standing on the edge of a geological abyss. The Limagne Fault isn't just a crack in the Earth's crust, it's a scar, a testament to the immense forces that shape our planet. To understand its significance, we need to journey back millions of years to a time when the continents we know today were huddled together in a giant supercontinent. Over eons, driven by the slow churn of the Earth's mantle, this supercontinent began to break apart, its pieces drifting across the globe like ships at sea. This process, known as continental drift, is driven by the same forces that create earthquakes and volcanoes, forces that continue to reshape our planet to this day. The Limagne Fault is a product of this continental rifting. As the Earth's crust stretched and thinned, it eventually fractured, creating a pathway for molten rock to rise from the depths. The Limagne Fault, while hidden beneath the surface, has left its mark on the landscape in profound ways. Imagine standing on the edge of the Limagne Plain, looking out over the flat expanse that stretches before you. This plain, once a valley, owes its existence to the fault. As the Earth's crust pulled apart, the land on either side of the fault moved in opposite directions. The block of crust to the west, where the Chaîne des Puys now stands, rose upward, while the block to the east, the Limagne Plain, sank downward. The Limagne Plain, far from being a barren wasteland, is a fertile agricultural region, its rich soils nourished by the volcanic deposits eroded from the nearby mountains. The Chaîne des Puys, Limagne Fault region isn't just a geological marvel, it's a testament to life's ability to thrive in the most unexpected of places. Imagine, centuries after the last eruption, the land, once scorched and barren, slowly awakening to the touch of life. Seeds, carried by the wind or dropped by passing birds, found purchase in the nutrient-rich volcanic soil. Roots burrowed into the porous rock, seeking moisture and stability. Today, the slopes of the volcanoes are cloaked in a rich tapestry of forests and meadows. Stands of beech and oak trees, their branches reaching skyward, paint the landscape in shades of green and gold. Wildflowers, a riot of color, carpet the meadows, attracting bees and butterflies with their sweet nectar. The volcanic lakes, formed in the craters of extinct volcanoes, provide another haven for life. A walk through time, exploring the Chaîne des Puys today. The Chaîne des Puys is an open-air museum, inviting visitors to experience the Earth's raw power firsthand. Imagine yourself following a winding trail through this volcanic landscape. The air is fresh, the silence broken by birdsong and the crunch of volcanic rock. Stand on the rim of a volcanic crater, gazing into its depths. Encounter reminders of human history, from ancient Roman temples to medieval castles. The region offers activities for everyone, from hikes to scenic viewpoints. Guardians of the Earth's story, conservation and the future. The Chaîne des Puys, Limagne Fault region, faces the challenge of balancing conservation with accessibility. The UNESCO World Heritage Site designation recognizes its outstanding universal value and underscores the need for its protection. Conservation efforts focus on preserving the volcanic landscape, protecting ecosystems, and promoting sustainable tourism. By respecting its balance and appreciating its beauty, we can ensure this geological marvel inspires for generations. A legacy in stone and sky. Our journey through the Chaîne des Puys, Limagne Fault region, has taken us through eons of geological time. We've witnessed the fiery birth of volcanoes, the slow grind of tectonic plates, and the patient return of life to a landscape once dominated by fire. We've stood on the rim of ancient craters, walked in the shadow of majestic cones, and gazed across the fertile plain that owes its existence to a deep fracture in the Earth's crust. But this journey is more than just a sightseeing tour. It's a profound encounter with the Earth's raw power, a reminder that the planet we call home is constantly changing, reshaping itself on timescales that dwarf our own. It's a lesson in humility, a recognition that we are but temporary residents on a planet with a history far grander than we can fully comprehend. The Chaîne des Puys, Limagne Fault region, stands as a testament to this legacy of change, a place where the Earth's inner workings are laid bare for all to see. The volcanoes, though silent now, remind us of the fiery heart that beats beneath our feet. The fault, a scar on the landscape, speaks to the immense forces that have shaped continents and oceans. The Earth breathes. The forces that once wrought destruction have also created beauty and fertility. Volcanic eruptions enriched the soil, paving the way for life. The fault created conditions for a thriving ecosystem. The Chaîne des Puys, Limagne Fault region, is a testament to the interconnectedness of all things. The Earth is a dynamic, ever-evolving system, full of surprises. We can almost feel the Earth breathing beneath our feet. The forces that created volcanoes are still at work, deep within the Earth's core. The continents continue to drift, carried by the mantle. The story of this region is still being written, and we are all part of it.